Welcome to lesson 7 of differential calculus, which is the maxima and minima and higher order derivatives. So a function y is equals to f of x is said to be increasing function of x if its value increases as x increases. Similarly, this decreasing function of x if y decreases as x increases. Bali masasabi natin na isang function is increasing kapag yung x value niya yung y value niya increases as x increases. Pag decreasing naman, yung y value decreases as x increases. So, sabihin natin na meron tayong gantong curve, no, or gantong graph. No, may point A tayo, point B, point C, point D, point E, tsaka point F. So, mapapansin natin dito, as from A to B, ang nangyayari, no, nag-i-increase yung value ng Y natin as X increases. So, yung point A to B natin is increasing. Yung B to D natin, nagdi-decrease yung value ng Y natin, pero nag-i-increase yung X. So, ang B to D ay decreasing. Yung D to F naman natin ngayon, Y increases as X increases. So, D to F is increasing. Tapos masasabi natin na yung points B, D, and E are stationary because yung slope nila is equals to 0. So, from here, no, pansinin natin, B is the maximum point. Therefore, that is the maxima since the function changes from increasing to decreasing. And D is the minimum point or the minima since the function changes from decreasing to increasing. So, meron pa tayong isang term na kailangan malaman, no, yung critical value at saka critical point. No? So if f prime of x sub 0 is equals to 0 or undefined, x sub 0 is called the critical value. And y is equals to f of x is called the critical point. So dito, ang mga 0, yung b, d, and e, therefore, b, d, and e are called critical points. Yung point of inflection naman na tinatawag natin, yun yung kung saan yung slope ng curve natin nagbabago from positive to 0 to positive or negative to 0 to negative. Dito sa curve na to, mapapansin natin, nagbago, no, from D to E, nagbago yan ng, ito, nagbago yan ng positive, ito 0, ito naging positive. Kaya from here, no, from the curve, masabi natin na yung E is the point of inflection. Okay, so paano ba tayo nagsosolve ng problems for maxima and minima? Let's say, for example, we are asked to find the maxima and minima of y is equals to x cubed plus 3x squared minus 2. Okay, so, sabi natin, hanapin natin yung maxima and minima ng y is equals to x cubed plus 3x squared minus 2. So, ang gagawin muna natin dito is kukunin natin yung derivative ng function na to. So, yung y prime natin is equals to 3x squared plus 6x. Ayan. Ito na lang yun, no? And then, pwede natin i-factor out dito yung 3. So, yung y prime natin, pwede natin i-factor out dito yung 3x pala, sorry. So, factor out natin yung 3x. Magkakaroon na lang tayo dito sa loob ng x plus 2. Okay? Then, pag nakuha na natin yung working equation natin from the derivative, i-equate lang natin yung equation na yun to 0. So, yung 3x times x plus 2, equate natin yan sa 0. So, ang gagawin nyo is kukunin lang natin yung roots. No? Kunin lang natin yung roots nung ating equation. So, magkakaroon tayo ng dalawang root kasi binomial siya. So, you have 3x is equals to 0 at yung isang root natin is x plus 2 is equals to 0. Okay. So, ito, para makuha natin yung x sub 1, divide both sides by 3. Divide both sides by 3. So, x sub 1 natin ngayon is equals to 0. Dito naman, yan, ayan, x sub 1. Ito yung x sub 2 natin. So, yung x sub 2 natin ngayon, transpose lang natin yung 2 dun sa kanang part. So, you get x sub 2 is equals to negative 2. X pa lang yan. Ngayon, kukunin natin yung y using these values. So, if yung x sub 1 natin is equals to 0, eto, isa-substitute natin siya dito sa original, no? Substitute natin yan dito sa original. Substitute sa original equation. Okay? So, yung y natin ngayon will be equal to 0 cube plus 3 times 0 squared minus 2. So, ito ay 0. Ito ay 0 din. So, yung y natin, y1, y sub 1 is equals to negative 2. So, yung first point natin sa curve natin ay 0, negative 2. Tetest naman natin ngayon yung x is equals to negative 2. So, yung if x2 is equals to negative 2, substitute nyo ulit yun sa original equation. So, you get y sub 2 is equals to negative 2 cube plus 3 times negative 2 squared minus 2. Okay? So, yung y sub 2 natin, equal yan sa negative 8 plus 12 minus 2, y sub 2 is equals to positive 2. So, yung second point natin ngayon is negative 2 and 2. Ngayon, para ma-determine natin kung ano yung maxima or minima, titignan natin ngayon kung yung value ng y. Kung ano yung mas mataas na y, yun yung maxima. Kung ano yung mas mababang y, yun yung minima. So, base dito sa dalawang point na to, yung etong point, no, first point natin, mas mababa yung y natin, therefore, ito yung minima. Then, the second point, ito ngayon yung maxima. So, ganun lang. Ganun lang yung kuha ng maxima and minima. No? So, derive mo muna, then get a working equation, tapos kunin mo yung roots, equate mo yung equation natin into 0, tapos kunin mo yung roots, tapos substitute mo yung value ng mga roots na nakuha natin from the original equation, and then check the value of y. The higher the y, yun yung maxima, and yung lower y, yun yung minima. So, sagutan naman natin ngayon yung second problem, which is y is equals to x all over x squared plus 1. Okay, so ito naman yung second example natin, y is equals to x all over x squared plus 1. So again, kunin muna natin yung derivative. Makukuha natin yung derivative nito using the quotient rule. So we let u equals to x, du equals to 1. And v equals to x squared plus 1. Ang dv natin equals to 2x. Tapos, we have to use the formula y prime equals to v du minus u dv all over v squared. Okay. So, yung y prime natin ngayon, equal yan sa v is x squared plus 1 times du of 1 minus u is x times dv of 2x all over x squared plus 1 squared. Yan. So, simplify lang natin itong y prime na to. So, yung y prime natin is equals to x squared plus 1 minus 2x squared all over. Kahit wag nyo muna expand yung denominator natin. Maka-cancel din yan mamaya. Pagka in-equate na natin yan to 0. X squared plus 1 quantity squared. Okay? So, further simplifying this, we get y prime is equals to 1 minus, simplify mo siya, ito parehas. Ayan. So, 1 minus x squared na lang siya all over x squared plus 1 quantity squared. Then ito, equate mo na yan to 0. Palitan mo na yung y prime, gawin na natin 0. So, 0 is equals to 1 minus x squared all over x squared plus 1 quantity squared. Sabi ko sa kanina, itong denominator na to, makakancel yan. Kasi pag cross multiply natin yan dito sa 0, ayan, 0 lang din yung magiging result niya. So, meron tayo ngayong 1 minus x squared is equals to 0. Itong 1 minus x squared na to, pwede natin yan i-factor out as 1 plus x at saka 1 minus x. So, yan yung equate natin to 0. So, magkakaroon tayo ng dalawang roots dito. Okay? Yung first root coming from 1 plus x is equals to 0. Second root is 1 minus x is equals to 0. Okay? So, meron tayong x sub 1 ngayon na negative 1 at x sub 2 na positive 1. Tapos, ito ngayong x1 na yan, tsaka x sub 2 na yan, yan yung i-plug natin do sa original equation na y is equals to x all over x squared plus 1. Okay. So, kung yung kung yung x sub 1 natin is negative 1, ang y sub 1 natin ngayon is negative 1 all over negative 1 squared plus 1. So, yung y sub 1 natin has the value of negative 1 half. So, yung point natin dito, no? Yung point natin dito is negative 1, negative 1 half. Okay. Ngayon, if, let's say yung x sub 2 naman natin ngayon is equals to 1, then y sub 2 natin is equals to 1 all over 1 squared plus 1. So, yung y sub 2 natin ngayon, equal yan sa 1 half. So, yung point natin ngayon, second point natin ngayon, is 1 and positive 1 half. So, again, check nyo ulit kung saan yung may mas mataas na y. So, ito, mas mataas yung y nito. Ito yung maxima. Tapos, yung mas mababang y, ito naman yung minima. So, ulitin ko lang yung number 2. No? So, sa number 2, we're asked to find y is equals to x all over x squared plus 1, yung maxima and minima niya. So, nag-let u tayo is equals to x, du is equals to 1. So, v natin is x squared plus 1, dv is 2x. Tapos, ginamit natin yung formula for the quotient rule. So, sa quotient rule, we get v du minus u dv all over v squared. Okay, so yung y prime natin ngayon, equal yan kay x squared plus 1 times 1 minus x times 2x all over x squared plus 1 quantity squared. Tapos, sinimplify na lang natin siya. So, in simplification niya, you have 1 minus x squared all over x squared plus 1 quantity squared. Tapos, equate nyo lang siya sa 0. So, pag equate natin yan sa 0, no, cross-multiply nyo yung denominator nito, excuse me, itong denominator na to, cross-multiply natin sa 0, so, magiging 0 na siya. Matitira na lang 1 minus x squared is equals to 0. So, yung 1 minus x squared, pwede pa yan i-factor out as 1 plus x, tsaka 1 minus x. So, equate mo sa 0. So, makakuha tayo ng dalawang root. First root is coming from 1 plus x. Second root is coming from 1 minus x. No? So, yung x sub 1 natin is negative 1. X sub 2 is positive 1. So, pag nakuha nyo na yung x, value ng x, i-plug in nyo na siya ulit sa original equation. So, kung x1 natin, x sub 1 natin is equals to negative 1, makuha mong y sub 1 is negative 1 half. Kung yung x sub 2 mo is equals to 1, makuha mong y2 is, or y sub 2 is positive 1 half. So, check mo ulit kung ano yung positive dito, no? More positive or kung ano yung mas mataas. So, yung mas mataas is 1 half, no? So, this is the maxima. Ito naman ang minima. Okay, so binalikan ko lang yung problem number 2. Okay. Okay, so yun yung sa maxima and minima. Okay, punta naman tayo sa next topic which is the higher order derivatives. So dito, ang ginagawa lang natin is dinidif, nagdi-differentiate lang tayo ng nagdi-differentiate. Depende kung anong order yung hinihingi sa atin. Kung third order yung hinihingi, then three times tayo magdi-differentiate. Kung fourth order yung hinihingi, then four times tayo magdi-differentiate. So the notation for second order derivative is given by d squared y all over dx squared d squared all over dx squared f of x, y double prime, f double prime of x, d squared of x, y, and d squared of x of f of x. So, nth derivative, palitan nyo lang yung exponent ng nth ng kung ano yung hinihinging derivative. Okay? So, paano ba ginagawa tong or paano ba natin sinusolve yung mga ganitong equation? So let's say for example, we are asked to find the third derivative of number 1, y is equals to x cubed minus 2x squared minus 3x plus 5. Okay, so for number 1, y is equals to x cubed minus 2x squared minus 3x plus 5. So, third order derivative ang pinapahanap sa atin. So, ang gagawin nyo lang, kunin nyo muna yung first order derivative, no? Derive natin to as 3x squared minus 4x minus 3. Yan yung first order. Tapos dito tayo titingin sa first order para makuha natin yung second order. So, sa second order, this is now 6x minus 4. Tapos, para makuha natin yung third order, titingin naman tayo sa second order. So, sa second order, makuha na natin yung third order, which is 6. So, the final answer here is 6. So, yung second example naman natin is y is equals to x to the fourth minus 2x squared plus 5. Okay, so for number 2, kunin muna ulit natin yung first order derivative. So, yung first order niya is 4x cubed minus 4x. Tapos, dito tayo ulit titingin para makuha yung second order. So, yung y double prime naman natin ngayon is 12x squared minus 4. So, dito tayo titingin para makuha yung y double or rather y triple prime. So, that is 24x. So, yan na yung final answer natin. Kasi yung negative 4, magiging 0 na siya dahil derivative ng constant. So, for number 3 naman, y is equals to x plus 1 raised to the third power. Okay. So, for this one, pwede tayong gumamit ng power chain rule. No? So, eto, we get y prime. Y prime natin dito is equals to 3 times x plus 1 squared. Tapos yung y double prime natin dito, equal yan sa 6 times x plus 1 na lang. No? So sa y double prime, ito ay magiging 6x plus 6. Pag kinuha natin yung y triple prime, yan ay 6 na lang. So this is the final answer for number 3. So for the last example of this lesson, we have y is equals to x to the fifth minus 3x squared minus 2x plus 5. Okay, so this time, again, kukunin natin ulit yung first derivative. So that is 5x to the fourth minus 6x minus 2. So second derivative, tingin lang sa first derivative. So you get 20x cubed minus 6. So sa third derivative, tingin lang sa second derivative. So this is 60x squared. So eto na yung final answer natin for number 4. So madali lang yung higher order derivative. So kailangan mo lang siyang i-differentiate ng i-differentiate depende kung anong order yung tinatanong or yung kinukuha natin sa problem. So, para ma-test natin kung may natutunan ba kayo sa lesson na to, na may practice exercise tayo, tatlo lang naman yan. So, una kukunin mo lang yung third derivative, second derivative, maxima and minima, tapos curve tracing. Okay? So, kung sana may natutunan kayo dito sa lesson na to, no? At kung may question kayo, feel free to ask doon sa chat feature ng YouTube. Okay, thank you and God bless. See you sa next lesson.